2022, week 2, the Eagles and the Vikings met up. It did not go so well for the Minnesota Vikings. Will tonight be different? So welcome everybody to Fantasy Football Today, a special edition as we are answering your questions. Dave Richard will be joining us soon. I'm Adam Azer, and Chris Towers is here with us. Chris, what's up, man? Any chance of a Vikings upset tonight?
Yes. Yeah, I would say there is roughly a 39% chance that the Minnesota Vikings win this game. That's where I'll plant my flag.
All right.
That's the hot take you were looking for, right?
I think with the injuries to the Eagles in the secondary, 2 defensive starters in the secondary does make things a little bit more interesting. They are 6-point underdogs. We got to talk about DeAndre Swift to start. For those of you that are here, thank you for being here. Please hit that like button. We got Austin Eckler and Aaron Jones missing practice. We've got Dave Richard limited in practice today, joining us right now. Hi, Dave.
I actually had a full practice and a full lunch and a full dinner.
I haven't had dinner yet, so.
All right. Well, so the Eagles running.
Adam had no idea what to do with what I just said there.
Yeah, I'm
no clue, no idea.
Well, I mean, you always have that. Did you have a full dessert? Did you say dessert?
I actually did. I ate like a big fat boy today.
You had a Yasso bar.
I did not. I had yogurt from Yogurt Emporium on a piece of homemade banana bread that was warmed in the microwave before I put the yogurt on.
How did you stay so thin?
I also had cheeseburgers for dinner that I made on a grill like a normal human being. Instead of in an oven rack like a psychopath.
All right, good for you, Dave. So anyway, where are we ranking DeAndre Swift? What about Rashad Penny? Chris, what's your take on the Eagles running backs tonight?
I don't know. Why are you asking me that? I don't know. I'm not the Eagles coach. I thought when Rashad Penny was ruled inactive last week, like all of us, that DeAndre Swift was going to have a big role, and he got 2 touches. So I have no idea what to make of this offense. My read on the Eagles running backs has been that Kenneth Gainwell is kind of the guy by default. He's the guy that the coaches trust, the guy that the coaches know will be in the right spots and do the right things. But they know what we know, which is that he's not the same dynamic playmaker that Rashad Penny and DeAndre Swift can be. So I think the Eagles are looking for someone to give them a reason to play them ahead of Kenneth Gainwell. And this week, they don't need a reason. I just don't know what the split is going to be. It could be 12 carries for DeAndre Swift. It could be 12 carries for Boston Scott. I genuinely have no idea what to expect. My preference would be to not have to use anyone in this backfield. However, I do have one league where I think I'm going to start Rashad Penny over Dalvin Cook because I can at least
Penny over Cook.
Get some theoretical. I don't have DeAndre Swift in any of my leagues. I didn't end up drafting him in any of my 15 leagues, so I don't have that question. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with Rashad Penny for the at least theoretical upside that he provides over Dalvin Cook.
And the theoretical upside is simply that he can work between the tackles. He's a good rushing downs type of running back. He's physical. He does have some breakaway speed potential to him. We saw that as recently as the preseason. And I think they're hoping that he can handle a role. Now, that role could easily go to Boston Scott. And so I think if you start any of these guys, you're doing so with the understanding that you might have 3 fantasy points, but you might also get 10. But I don't think you're going to get 20.
I've got Swift ranked 33rd. So that is directly behind Kyron Williams, Brian Robinson, and Samaje Perine. It's directly ahead of Isaiah Pacheco, Zach Moss, and Dalvin Cook. But that is an incredibly boring range of running backs all around, especially the guys ranked behind Swift, Cook, Moss, Pacheco. Those guys don't really catch passes. They're not going to have big roles. So I'm perfectly fine starting DeAndre Swift over boring guys like that. The question, the difficult ones would be like Josh Kelly or AJ Dillon.
Yeah.
Who you would definitely start over DeAndre Swift if you knew that Austin Eckler and Aaron Jones were out. But since we don't know that, I think I would still go Dillon over Swift, but Kelly I would probably try to avoid if I can.
I'm going Swift over Dillon because if Aaron Jones plays, Dillon just absolutely stinks. Kelly's got such a tough matchup. But I mean, to put it in perspective, for me, I have Swift in 4 leagues. I sat him in 2 leagues for Ken Walker. And this one was going against the rankings of Dave, Jamie, and Heath, but I sat him for Raheem Mostert, who I don't necessarily think is going to have a great game or anything, but he is the guy for the Dolphins.
I have Mostert ahead of Swift pretty substantially. It's about 9 spots in the rankings.
And then the 2 leagues that I'm starting Swift in, I don't even remember. It was one of those like, oh, of course I'm starting Swift. They don't have great options. So let's see what the people are asking here. Whatever questions you have, doesn't have to be about tonight's game. Well, here's a trade question from Thomas. Would you trade Nico Collins and Tyler Lockett for Keenan Allen?
Feels like a lot on the surface.
Really?
I'd try and aim a little higher.
Really? I think I would. I loved the way Keenan Allen was used in week 1. They were throwing down the field to him, but it was still a heavy volume. So I think Keenan Allen's going to have a very, very good year if he stays healthy. I'm still high on Lockett. Liked what I saw from Collins as well, but they're not going to throw. I think they dropped back to throw, 54 times in week 1, the Texans did. They're not going to do that again. So I think it's a fine trade. I think I'd rather be on the Allen side.
Me too. Eagles or Jets defense this week?
I believe I have the Eagles high.
Yeah, Eagles.
I looked at the Jets last year against good offenses. Believe it or not, they just were not very good. Defend their
I believe that.
Well, I mean, they were great last week. They scored like 23 points in what depends on the league score.
That's true.
It's so tough to know how much credit to give them versus just Josh Allen played dumb. Like it was like the defense obviously deserves some credit for it, but like the fumble, he just mishandled the snap and just kind of freaked out. It was like an early career Josh Allen type of play.
Well, it's all right. It's all right. We'll go Eagles here. I just
yeah,
sure.
Adam, you stink. How about that? Okay.
Oh man,
that is not true. Not true. Yes, you should drop Brandon Cooks for Christian Kirk.
He even said, "How about that?" without the question mark.
Yeah,
Brandon Cooks is
that.
I think in a vacuum, I'd rather have Cooks, but he is dealing with an MCL sprain. He might play this week, but I feel like that's going to be pretty. I'm not excited about Christian Kirk right now, though. To be clear,
I think he deserves a pass for week 1. Because the Jaguars clearly wanted to use a multiple tight end formation. They respected the front of Indianapolis, and they figured that they could win without Christian Kirk in the slot. I think we know what his role is. And so they're going to need him in week 2. They could go out to a 3-receiver formation. I think they're going to need to. I think they need short area targets against Kansas City. So I think he bounces back. I don't think it's going to be massive, but I think he'll be obviously better.
Yeah.
But I think he could get you around 13 PPR.
Would you start Christian Kirk or DeAndre Swift?
Kirk.
I think I'd go with Swift.
You know, you said he deserves a pass. You know who he really deserves a pass from, Dave? Trevor Lawrence. Who stinks now? Addison or Garrett Wilson? Good question, Garrett Wilson.
Brilliant joke.
Boys.
I wonder if we're going to have a different answer. Chris, you go first.
I have Garrett Wilson ranked a few spots ahead of Jordan. It's 4 spots ahead of Jordan Addison.
I have Addison higher.
Okay.
I'm nervous about the offensive line for Minnesota, no doubt about it, but I am not ready to trust Zach Wilson to Garrett Wilson against the Cowboys. The same Cowboys defense that just like if they weren't playing, if they weren't in a stadium, they would have collectively been arrested for assaulting Daniel Jones.
I just like even the touchdown, which was this unbelievable play, legitimately, I mean, the best play we've seen this season, I think. Even that, the Garrett Wilson touchdown, that was indicative of the problem for him with Zach Wilson, which is that he had to make this outrageous superhuman level play just to get to 13 points in that game. Yep. I think it was.
Listen, okay, so he did play a lot with Garrett Wilson last year, and he had some pretty big games. And the problem really for him, because we always talked in the preseason about sorry, let me just get the numbers here for you. About how the other quarterbacks were so much better for Garrett Wilson than Zach Wilson was last year, but it was true only because they let the other quarterbacks throw 40 to 50 times every game, basically, and they let Zach Wilson throw 29 times per game. But in terms of yards per target, he actually was better with Zach Wilson. He had some stinkers, but Garrett Wilson had some very good games with Zach Wilson.
The bigger problem was the 21% target share. And I think that's a function of Zach Wilson's inability to play within the function of the offense. he's so panicky. You saw the one play. I don't know if you guys saw the highlight of Peyton Manning reacting to Zach Wilson running 20 yards down behind the line of scrimmage.
It was Tecmo Bowl.
This is something that Ben Gretchen Stealing Signals wrote about this week. It's just Zach Wilson's got a big arm and he throws aggressively. The problem is he throws it 5 yards from the line of scrimmage because he's 20 yards back. Like, that's the problem. And so they might want Garrett Wilson to get a 28% target share or whatever it is. Zach Wilson just might not be capable of playing in a way that gets Garrett Wilson that.
Do you remember Tecmo Bowl where you could just like run backwards 30 yards and still complete a pass?
I don't remember. Yeah. Christian Watson's not practicing, so you're going to go Olave and Lamb. Yeah, either way. Are you avoiding Lamb with the Jets matchup?
Absolutely not.
I thought you were talking about my dinner again. No, not at all.
I mean, like in DFS, maybe I might not play him, but in a regular league, yeah, I'm starting to see Lamb.
Kelly, Swift, Gibbs, Montgomery, Rashad White. Pick 2 running backs.
Ooh. So I'm all in on the Lions. If Eckler plays, if we learn that Eckler doesn't play, then I would go with Kelly and PPR. I think I would try it again with Gibbs. I like the vibe coming out of Detroit right now where they're talking about using him more, ramping him up.
We got pick 3 here. Godwin, Breece Hall, Rashad White, Puka, Addison, Madison. Got a couple guys tonight. So Dobbs is there as well. This looks going to take a little digesting for me.
All right. So I love it. I've got Addison 2 spots ahead of Puka. So clearly Addison is the right answer there. Feel very confident in that. Godwin's a little higher than him. I think though I'm going Madison. I might just go with
Dobbs.
I might go with the 3 running backs actually.
Really?
Well, you have to pick 3 players.
Yeah.
I'm going receivers. I'm going Godwin, Dobbs, and Breece Hall.
I'm going to take Godwin, Addison, and we didn't mention Rashad White. Home against Chicago. Joe Boo week.
He needs to come through.
He needs it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Madison, Rashad White, and Jordan Addison.
Oh, okay. Very different answers there.
Yeah, I'm surprised Godwin wasn't in the mix for you, Chris.
Actually, Godwin over Addison. Sorry.
Okay, there we go. Ooh. Pick 2: DJ Moore, Michael Pittman, Dotson, and Elijah Moore.
I will take, against my better judgment, I think Dotson's the easiest of this group. I enjoyed. I'll talk about what I was going to say in a second. I'll take Dotson, and I'll take Moore. And I think it's really close between those 2 and Pittman. I do think Pittman's got a good matchup this week, so maybe the sell high window stays open for one more week. What I was going to say is that I was actually impressed with the Commanders' offense week 1 against Arizona. And I was impressed with Arizona's defense too. But the guy who really I think is going to – I think we nailed this during the preseason, that Dotson becomes the guy. McLaurin it doesn't look like he's playing at 100%. He was locked up in man coverage multiple times by a cornerback I've never heard of before named, I think it's Keltre Carter in Arizona. And now he's taking on Denver, and I'm pretty sure that he'll see a lot of Patrick Surtain. And,
are you certain about that?
I can't say I'm certain about it, but Surtain's track record is to typically play outside. And Dotson is the one who plays the most. He plays way more in the slot than McLaurin does. And I don't think they're going to get away from that.
I would go with Moore and Pittman for one more week with Moore. Moore might fall down the rankings harshly with another game like that.
Okay.
Chris, how do you feel about receivers when they're covered by Jair Alexander? This is a question that obviously goes back to Moore last week.
Bad. You don't feel great about it. Yeah.
75% of the time, Alexander was on Moore's side of the field, across from Moore, started the play, defending Moore, whether it was zone or man. And I think that might have also rattled Justin Fields a little bit.
Okay, let's go with let's get some more questions here. Pick 2: Gibbs, Montgomery, Brees Hall.
I'm sitting Brees.
Yeah, I'm sitting Brees.
It's the answer that you hate to give,
because might be the last time.
Sure might. If he goes out and has another game that's like he just had, holy moly.
Would you trade Garrett Wilson for Anthony Richardson?
You don't have enough wide receivers there.
Ridley, Allen, Flowers, Collins, and Pikachu. You like that nickname, Adam?
Yes, I saw your tweet. That's good. Mm-hmm. Adam's the funniest. Me when I lie. Are you the same guy who said I stink?
No,
I don't.
But that is a bad guy.
Yeah,
he says so in his YouTube handle.
Give him a wide receiver and a flex.
I'm scared because he's such a bad guy.
You guys are old, so you don't get that. That's a reference to the pop star Rihanna.
Well, the Riri is, but the bad guy is too.
Bad girl Riri. That's a thing.
That's bad guy Riri.
Yeah,
that's not the same thing. Guy and girl, not the same.
Yeah.
I knew who Riri was.
I didn't know who Riri was. I don't even know who Rihanna is.
You're such an old person.
That's a joke. All right, what are we going here? One wide receiver and a flex.
She did the halftime show. She was great.
She's pregnant. Yes, I know.
Dotson. Oh, how do you know that? Dotson and Dobbs.
I think that's fine. Yeah, I think it would come down to Dobbs versus Pirine for me.
Madison or Pierce?
Pierce.
I would go with Madison.
By the way, Adam.
Yes.
Friendly request to those who are asking questions tonight. We like compliments. Please give us your heartfelt compliments when you ask your questions. You don't have to make them over the top, amazing, sensational compliments if you don't want to. But compliments about my chin or Chris's shirt.
Yeah. I do like Chris's shirt. It pops.
I do too. It's very red.
It is. That is a great word for it. It's very red. But we like
great word for it. It's just red.
No, I see some white on there.
We like even better. We like likes and we like subscriptions. So hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now let's pick 2 from this group here. Addison, Lockett, DJ Moore, Dotson, and Kirk. And thank you, Jordan. I feel fine. I just have this annoying cough. Sorry, it's annoying all of you too.
What about the rest of you? Moore and I think it's Dotson. Let me check if I like him better than Lockett.
I
do have Lockett higher.
Lockett and Moore, but again, might be the last time with Moore.
Moore and Lockett. Let's rock it.
Can I get the game of the week song? I've got to figure out. I don't even know what the game of the week is going to be, but stay tuned for tomorrow. Pick 2, Dotson, Collins, Dobbs, London.
Can't wait for that. I like Dotson and Collins.
That's probably the choices I would go with as well. Yes.
Man, I'm still pretty high on Romeo Dobbs. Doesn't look like Christian Watson's going to play. He hasn't practiced yet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the snap count will be for Dobbs because he played 46%, something like that. But I think he's their number 1 receiver right now, maybe all season. So I think
it's a tougher matchup this week.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Bears look like a layup right now. All right, pick 2.
Although I must say, Jalen Johnson did a good job against Dobbs. Remember, Dobbs didn't even average 10 yards a catch. Who are we talking about?
He's got
Eckler, Kelly, Mostert, James Cook, Mostert. He's got 2 Mosterts.
Ooh, Cook over Mostert.
Yeah. Which Mostert?
Pick 2. Kelly. Well, so we can't answer this one yet.
Well, you know that one of the answers will be a Charger.
Yes.
And then the other one is either Mostert, Cook, or Mostert.
It's Cook for me.
I'm going to go with Mostert, but I'm not going to say which one.
Dotson or Flowers in PPR?
Dots.
Yes.
Okay. Please hit that like button. We got a nice crowd again tonight. Nice crowd on hand. 1,251 people. I haven't checked our likes, but I am to understand it is not sufficient. Not high enough. It is 269 likes right now, so we can do better than that.
Who says it's not efficient?
Sufficient.
Sufficient.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Me. Well, Schaefer kind of hinted at that.
I told somebody today that we would have 268 likes, and they were like, no way. And now we've beat it.
Swift or DJ Moore in flex PPR?
I'm still going with DJ Moore. I don't.
Yes. I really don't want to answer Swift for anything.
Really?
How are my dance moves? What's my favorite type of dust cleaner?
Oh, I get it.
I can't. I don't want to say Swift.
Madison or Sanders?
I drive an automatic.
I don't get that one.
Yeah, me either.
Instead of
Sanders over Madison.
Shift? No.
Swift.
Okay.
Sanders.
This one's for Schaefer. Skull.
It's one of the most boring moves in Pokemon.
The shift? The Swift?
The Swift, they just throw stars, right?
I have no clue.
Dave's never played Pokemon. Adam, were you young enough to play Pokemon?
Puka Nakua did not practice today as an oblique injury.
Oh no.
That cancel the season. Seriously, what the hell is going on, Adam?
Stuff. It's no good.
Everybody's getting hurt, and it's
the funny thing is
just about to start.
The running backs are fine, except for Eckler. But all the injuries are at wide receiver and
Aaron Jones.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be a little hesitant to start Kelly against the Titans, but he should get a lot of work. But
pretty soon we're going to start drafting kickers in round 8 again.
So we're comparing Kelly to Addison, DJ Moore, Dotson, and Godwin in a half PPR league.
Sorry. Okay.
I don't know why you'd be hesitant to start Kelly. If he's a feature back, even if it is against Tennessee, I'm pretty sure he'll catch the ball a lot.
I would go Godwin among the wide receivers.
Yeah, I think I go Godwin.
Yeah, I might take more.
Chris, would you go Godwin or Kelly?
It'd be Kelly if Eckler's out.
I'll ride with Moore.
Purdy or Cousins?
I'm going with Cousins.
I am too. I don't love it, but I am.
Thank you, guys. You all have great shirts and chins.
Oh,
too. What a strange thing to say.
Well, we can't see yours, Adam, because you've got that microphone in front of your face. There it is. What a handsome chin indeed. Yeah. I'm glad you noticed that, Magic Harp.
I have to have a beard to create the illusion of a chin, because if I don't have one, my face just melds into my neck, and it's not a good look.
And with that being said, I'll take Moore and Addison here.
Yes.
Swift, Flowers, Pittman, or Dobbs, half PPR.
I'd lean Flowers.
I think Pittman is the highest ranked for me. Yes.
I really only want to start Pittman if it's full Pipper.
Madison or rest of season Madison.
Oh, rest of season. Sanders.
Tricky Wiki. I think Sanders is probably the way to go, but I bet they're close.
Dave looks jacked. Chris has the best shirt game on FFT, and Adam has better hair than Dan.
There it is. Look, the nicest things. We have the greatest audience.
And totally out of nowhere. Just
two truths and a lie. That's two truths and a lie right there.
Well, then let's lie about his fantasy advice or our fantasy advice to him. You know what I'm saying.
Javonte.
It's really late over here on the East Coast.
I said two truths and a lie. Javonte, Ken Walker, Garrett Wilson, PPR.
It's Walker for me.
Well, you got a running back and a flex.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And
sit G-Dub for both of those stiffs. I can't do it.
I do have Wilson ranked lower than Williams.
I can't do it. I don't. I will go Walker and Wilson. WW.
Or W. That wouldn't really help.
Our commissioner, Zach, is a dictator. He will listen to this tomorrow. Full PPR, pick one. Kelly, Sanders, or Mostert. I love you, Dave. You so sexy.
Oh, again, very smart viewer.
I think it's Sanders either way, but Sanders versus Kelly will end up being close if Eckler's out.
Agreed. I'm with you on that one, Chris.
Can I drop Pitts for Laporta?
You should.
I wouldn't yet, but I mean,
listen,
Arthur Smith is my nemesis. I despise what he is doing to professional football. I hate watching it. I hate the smug way that people are like, he's trying to win games, not fantasy games, as if he's not 15-20. I hate everything about it. It's my least favorite thing. He's a coward. He coaches like a coward.
Oh boy.
Jeez. Wow.
I am
yeah,
I am so upset about the Atlanta Falcons.
Look at you wearing red and you're just like all fired up. Does that have to, are they related? Anyway, don't do it. Dave,
Hi.
thanks for always giving the best advice. Your insight has led me to the championship more than once.
Oh,
Goddard
nice.
or Musgrave?
Oh, I love Goddard tonight.
Yeah, he should have
so much talk from the coaches in Philadelphia about, we made a big mistake not getting Goddard more involved. And I don't think the matchup was particularly easy for him, but it sounds like they will try and get him going.
That being said, Musgrave has a clear path to a top 10 tight end season this year.
Oh, I agree with that too. But if
Goddard's a different beast.
Yes. I like them both. They're both starts. I'm going to check on Musgrave's ownership percentage. Let's see if people can pick him up.
Yeah, you can.
Buttercup.
He could have had an even bigger game.
Yes.
Yep.
Did you see what happened there?
Both the deep passes. He just didn't track the ball well.
Which is kind of a problem if you're a pass catcher in the National Football League. He did track one of them, and then he fell down. Klutz. Yeah. Who falls down?
Well, that was the one that he did catch, but he got turned around when he was running the route and kind of probably should have had a touchdown if he just plays that better.
He's available in exactly 50% of CBS Sports leagues. Is Ferguson worth a start this week? I'd prefer to stash him. I'd start Musgrave.
I know Heath's high on Ferguson.
Yeah.
Heath said he had him as his number 2 tight end when he first did the projections and then moved him down from there. He's 10th for him.
Oh, boy.
Here he is, Higbee. Super high on Higbee. Pick a PPR flex. Pickens, Gabe Davis, or Tutu Atwell.
Gabe.
I think it's still Pickens for now.
Slim pick.
But him and Gabe Davis might just be the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah. I don't think that's necessarily wrong. Chris, does it bother you that his target share after Deontay Johnson left was 11.5%?
I mean, the problem is that he's still just running downfield routes. I think Jacob Gibbs pointed out that he had the 6th highest average route depth of any player. And it's just, this is the Gabe Davis problem too. It's really hard to get a lot of targets when you're consistently running downfield routes. And so I think that might just be who he is. We'll see. I don't want to write him off too early, but I don't know if they're going to change the way they use him.
All right. Let's see. Next up, David Montgomery, Amari Cooper, DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins has not practiced this week.
Yep.
So we got a flex spot in PPR, Montgomery, Cooper, Hopkins.
Yeah, I'd prepare for Cooper and Montgomery. Oh, you only start one. I'm an idiot. Cooper.
It'd be Montgomery for me.
If Hopkins plays, I'm going with Hopkins.
Yes, if Hopkins plays, I'll go with Hopkins.
He's got to have a good Friday practice first, though.
Please don't bake your burgers, Adam. Dotson or Addison?
Dots.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue
Addison
burgers, I think.
You're not going to listen to some strange person on the internet telling you not to?
Well, this guy doesn't listen to bad news, so no, I'm not going to listen to him.
That's the exact same question from
Addison.
Addison and Puka over DeAndre Swift?
Well, now that Puka didn't practice, that does change it enough to where if you're truly scared and you don't have another option, I would be okay with going with DeAndre Swift ahead of Puka Nacua. It would be so annoying if Puka didn't play in week 2 after that massive week 1.
Okay. Adam doesn't stink. He smells weird. Well, thank you. Thank you for setting the record straight, Johnny. I appreciate that.
And another wonderful compliment from the audience.
I feel like everybody smells weird, right? Like that you're just a human. Like unless you right after the shower, you smell like the shower. After that, you're going to smell a little weird. That's just life, guys. Maybe it's just me.
I feel like it's so hot in Florida. I wonder, Dave, you go to the office, how many people walk in just from their car and they just stink from being in the heat for 45 seconds?
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but I don't stand at the entrance to my office trying to smell people.
He's actually just as people are swiping their cards, Dave's just like, can you lift your arm?
Yeah, can you swipe like this, please? Anyway, how much fab to spend on Justin Fields? A lot.
Someone dropped Justin Fields. 23%.
That sounds right.
What? 23%?
29%.
Quarterback? Like what? If Justin Fields, what?
36.
I think he's 60%.
4%.
43.
Start Schaefer or Schneier. Who put that up? That was
We could ask the audience what percentage they would.
I mean, this is one of the.
Okay.
This is another one where it's like when we have Frank on the Sunday pods, and like you guys have your little like who has the best hair thing, and like neither one of you really has great hair. I don't understand where this thing came from, but like
pretty good hair.
Schaefer has better hair than both of you.
Oh yeah, I like always say he's a Schaefer.
Frank's got way better hair than both of you.
I don't know. Frank wears a hat all the time.
Right, that's you. You don't see it, but Frank's got like cool guy hair.
Yeah, Frank has good hair for sure. Shaver, I don't even know what the contest is, but the hair thing, yeah. Adam has a great hairline. I do have good hair. Thank you. I just don't ever do anything with it, so it looks like this, which is weird because I'm on, the
right. That's part of having good hair. Is like putting in some effort.
Oh yeah. Well, the hair is good. It's me. It's bad. Cook, Algier, or Swift.
Which Cook?
Right. We have to start specifying
James Cook, and then Swift, Algier, Dalvin.
I would go Swift over Cook, Dalvin Cook, but James Cook over Swift.
Right.
Pick two of these: Madison, Pierce, Swift.
Madison and Pierce.
Okay. Should you stash Penny, Tony, or Rashid Shaheed?
I'd rather stash Penny.
Yep. If you see a penny, pick it up.
DJ Moore or David Montgomery? PPR.
You might have crappy luck for the rest of the season, but at least you'll have a shot at a running back that might do something in like 10 minutes.
I'd have Montgomery.
I'll say Moore.
Mostert or Swift? I went Mostert in my league.
I like that call.
Yep.
Swift or Zach Moss?
Oof. Do we know if Zach's going to play?
He practiced in full both days so far.
So it sounds like he's going to play. I kind of don't hate Zach Moss.
Yeah, I'm going Swift, but I feel you. I feel he's a DFS play for sure.
Zach Moss.
Smell me.
Moss is a little safer. Swift has more upside.
But
week 1 could not have gone better for Zach Moss, despite the fact that he didn't play.
It went well for Jonathan Taylor too.
If Aaron is out, AJ Dillon or Brian Robinson?
I'd go Dillon.
Very much Dillon.
Let's see. We got pick one. You guys can read that. I have to look something up.
Michael Thomas, Pukachu, Zach Moss, Nico Collins, or Elijah Moore. And Chris, you got to compliment. You're rocking the best hair in the group.
Thank you.
One guy from this group, I will select Nico Collins.
I'll go Michael Thomas if Nakua doesn't play. If Puka's fine, it's Puka.
You're gonna have to explain this one to me, Chris.
I understand the reference. I don't really get why you have Vaporeon vibes. Vaporeon is the water stone evolution of Eevee. So it's a water-based, it's like a dog with like a mermaid tail that has like a little frilly thing and shoots water. It's adorable.
This is a Pokemon?
This is me?
Yeah, Pokemon. Yeah.
Do I have the look or like the attitude of this creature?
I didn't really watch like the show that much, so I don't really know what the attitude is.
Okay.
In the games, they're just like little things that say, Rawr.
Connor, ETN, or Damian Pierce, PPR?
I'm still going Pierce.
I think I've got ETN the highest.
Oh, yes. No, ETN. Sorry.
Okay, that surprised me.
Yes.
Schaefer's glasses are slick.
He is slick, and let's see him.
He's not even wearing them. What are you talking about, Cannon Will?
Maybe he's not on camera either. So
hi,
maybe
Thomas Schaefer here. Thanks for noticing my glasses.
Would you trade? I mean, is this? Oh, that's got to be Justin Herbert. But yes, no matter what Herbert it is.
Yeah, I would do that.
That's great.
Yes, congratulations.
Should I trade Jamar Chase?
Dave's making trades right now.
You just made a trade, Dave?
I did?
You too.
Somebody accepted a trade, I guess.
All right. What do you got? Dave just acquired Jacoby Myers, Calvin Ridley, Jalen Warren, and George.
Oh, he said yes.
I like that trade for you.
I do too.
Brian Robinson, Mark Andrews, Drake London, Jordan Addison. That's too much to digest, but good job.
I downgraded at tight end, upgraded at wide receiver, got my boy Jalen Warren.
And Myers might be.
Watch that film of him. Holy cow, was he good? Was he good?
He's lot of it had to do with who he was lined up against. Damari Mathis was brutal.
All right, what do we? Would you trade Chase for Barkley and Richardson?
No, I'd rather have Barkley and Richardson.
I think I would rather have Chase.
I think it's a fair.
But that's close, yeah.
Ken Walker or Ramondre Stevenson? Would you trade either of them for Gibbs? Yes. I think
yes. I'd rather trade Stevenson.
I'd rather trade Walker, but yes.
Okay. Swift or Jones? Well, you have to go with Swift. And Madison or Justice Hill?
Oh, Madison over Justice Hill for sure.
Agreed. It's Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I think I'd go Swift over Aaron Jones.
But just because you don't know with Aaron Jones?
Yeah, just because you don't know.
What is a Chicago?
Well, but wait a minute. You've got Justice Hill. So what if it's Aaron Jones / Justice Hill or DeAndre Swift? Do you run that risk? Or do you just
if I have a viable
roll the roller coaster of DeAndre Swift?
If I have a viable alternative, like someone who's in the top 40 at running back, so that would even include like.
Does it include Justice Hill?
Yeah.
We have a few minutes left, guys. So
yeah.
And I know I was making a joke. I know that says Chicagoan. So let's just finish up here. P. Ryan or Herbert? Rapid fire.
I think I'm gonna end up going P. Ryan.
Addison or Marquise Brown?
Addison. Add it up.
Cousin Ernest, you are wrong. Chris is the youngest. But Singletary or Penny?
Penny.
I am also the hippest and Penny.
Both are true. Yes.
Yes.
Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Jahan Dotson, Zay Flowers. Pick two.
You're so hip that you use the term hip. Dotson and Zay.
I think I'd go Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. So not helpful at all.
That's not the one I meant to pick, but we'll do it anyway. Elijah Moore or Romeo Doubs?
I think Doubs.
Trades the junk? I'm with you on Doubs, Chris.
Would you trade Amari Cooper for Jacob Gibbs?
Not for Jacob Gibbs. I'm keeping Jacob Gibbs.
I mean,
after that turn him into Jameer Gibbs, then
after that one podcast with Jacob Gibbs was wearing a tank top and we learned that he's like jacked, right? Maybe. But yeah, I would do Amari Cooper for Jameer Gibbs for sure.
Madison or Javonte?
I'm going Madison.
Swift or Rashad White?
Rashad White.
Same.
Penny or Zach Moss?
I'm okay with Penny there.
Yep.
Would you trade Waller for Njoku?
No, I think you could get more than Njoku for Waller.
Would much rather have Waller.
He doesn't seem too concerned about the hamstring, but
no.
Okay. There's a new YouTube poll. What should Azer's next hairstyle be? I'm having trouble seeing it though. Pompadour, slicked back. Refreshing here. Undercut or side part? What is an undercut?
You think that's slicked back? That's pushed back. That's a reference you guys will definitely not get.
I'm going to go
maybe Schaefer will get it.
All right, everybody wants me to do the pompadour.
I think this the undercut pompadour is the way to go. Okay. I think you'd look great.
All right, everybody, thank you very much for hanging out tonight. If you like the show, please hit like and subscribe to the channel, and I will consider a new hairstyle because currently for the last 20 years, I've just been going with messy. And we will talk to you tomorrow morning, recapping Thursday Night Football and previewing the NFC home games. Good luck in week 2.